morning, lovelies. So I hope you're all having a good day today. Alright, you ready for this one? Coconut pie. Okay, it's heaps fun to make and it's really easy. So the first thing you want to do is get out 125 grams of butter. You want to chop it up and you can just whack it in a little bowl this time. You want to set it aside until it goes to room temperature and the butter is really soft. Now, while that's doing that, you want to grab a 23 centimetre pie tin, alright, pie plate. I've only got a 20 centimetre one, so it's a bit little and so I'm a bit iffy with it. So I'm just going to use a 20 centimetre springform tin and hope it all goes well. So you either use your springform tin or your pie plate. So the first thing you want to do is grab some butter or margarine and smush it all around and get it coating the whole thing first. Then you get yourself a little bit of plain flour, put some in there, or your pie plate. Alright, bang it all around, go to the edges and spin it around the edges so it all sticks to the side, sticks to the whole thing. Once you've done that, you want to go over to your sink, you tip it upside down and you tap it on the edge. And it gets all the excess flour out for you, okay? And now we set that aside. Alright, as soon as our butter is at room temperature and it's nice and soft, we want to preheat our oven at 180 degrees Celsius. Now, because I'm using the springform tin, when I go to cook it, I'm going to put it on a cookie tray, just in case any leaks out, so it doesn't make a mess everywhere. Now, I'll write the recipe below as always for you guys to make it easy for you. Okay, so the first thing we need is 400 ml of coconut milk. Now, usually when you open these up, especially at the moment it's cold here, you'll see that all the fat is gone hard on top. So with a spoon, just hit into it until you can get down to the runny stuff. Alright, and just keep doing this until you can slowly get it all to, here comes the runny stuff now. Once you get it all, just keep stirring and stirring and stirring until you've got it into milk. Once you've stirred it all through and you've got it to resemble milk, doesn't matter if it's a tiny bit lumpy, like so, we want to set that aside for a minute. You want to grab out 4 eggs. You want to grab out 1 cup of caster sugar, 1 cup of desiccated coconut, half a cup of plain flour, and half a cup of milk. And next thing we want to do is we want to get out a blender or a food processor. So the first thing we do is put our 4 eggs in there. Our butter that's at room temperature. Half a cup of plain flour. Half a cup of milk. 1 cup of caster sugar. 1 cup of desiccated coconut. And our 400 ml can of coconut milk. Now we whack our lids on and we want to blend it up or process it up until it's all nice and smooth. Alright, so I blended it for a minute and then I smushed down the sides and then blended it again for another minute. Now you're never going to get it completely smooth, but you can get it as good as you can get it. Alright, pour it in. So yeah, 1 minute, scrape down the sides and another minute and she's good to go. Oh, it smells frigging amazing. Alright, onto the cookie tray and then into our preheated oven. Oh yeah, baby, the smell in this joint is amazing. Oh. Alright, it took exactly 48 minutes in my electric oven. So this is how it's supposed to look. I'm going to try and explain it to you. So you can go like that, see how it's wobbly, but it's just starting to bubble up into little lumps on there. That's when you know it's ready, okay? When it's wobbly, but at the same time lumps are bubbling up. Now as it cools, it sinks. Don't panic, that's what happens. Oh, now we just leave it sit there to go completely cold at room temperature. Alright, it's been sitting there for about 20 minutes and it's still really warm, but now you want to just get something and just scrape down all the sides and loosen it up. It's a lot easier to do it now before it's completely cold. Still leave it sit in there until it goes cold, but yeah, just definitely loosen up the edges. Alright, so it does take a long time to cool down. So what I did is after about an hour, I've left it on its base still because I'm using the springform pan. So I've left it on the base, I've got a plate, put some of this paper towel on and then sat it on there with the base on it still. Because we're using a springform tin, a lot of the oils from the coconut are that leaching out. So if you do that, it's just easier later. It's not all slippery and all over the joint. And definitely put it on a cookie tray when you go to cook it if you're doing it with a springform tin. If you have the pie tin, you've got no problems. All those goodies stay in there. So while that's still cooling down, we can get the rest of the stuff ready. So you need a bowl. You want 600 ml of thickened cream. You probably won't quite need that much, but you can always wax them on some jam and toast or something later. A third of a cup of icing sugar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now we're going to get our electric beater out and beat it up until we've thickened it, or as I say, soft peaks form. Alrighty, once we've got our soft peaks form and we've got shit everywhere, it's ready. Just put some Glad wrap over the top and then chuck it in the fridge till we need it. Alrighty, so now we want to get out a little frying pan. I'm just using my little electric one and I've got that on half. If you're going to use a frying pan on the stovetop, go in between low and medium. So now what we want to do is get some shredded coconut, as little or as much as you like. So just picture sprinkling it all over the top. Alright, crank her up. So all we want to do is just make it until it changes colour and goes a little bit brown all over. We just want to toast it, alright? And as soon as that's done, you want to take it straight off and get it straight out before it keeps cooking. Now while that's heating up, I have got a little packet of glaced cherries, 100-gram packet. I always love having these in the cupboard, they're just handy for everything. And I'm going to use them to decorate the top with as well. So all of this is optional. I would definitely go the cream and definitely the toasted coconut. But yeah, it's up to you if you want to put cherries on top. Who doesn't want a coconut pie with a cherry on top, mate? Oh yeah, now for the fun part, putting it together. Alright, grab another plate. Put it on top of it. Flip it over. Now very carefully and taking your time, go around, release it from the edges. Alright, you slowly feel it release and take her off. Oh yeah. Move it into the center. Now you see a lot of this, okay? So I don't know if you've ever picked up coconut before, but if you pick it up, your hands are left all greasy after. That's the coconut oil. It's absolutely full of it. So do not worry about that. That is all yumminess. Alright, I'm just going to clean down the plate a bit. Now you can absolutely decorate it any old which way you want to. Cream first. So I've pretty much only used half the cream all up. So I'm just going to do a couple of these things. And I'm going to get some of my yummy toasty coconut. Coconut. And then get some of my glazed cherries. Well, there you have it, lovelies. As usual, I have to get my light, shocking light. Boy, it's awesome. I'll cut a piece. I'll just get like a fat knife like that to try and get it out with. These are so moist. Oh gosh, I hope you can see. Look at that. I'm trying to get it on an angle so you can see it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves an awesome night, or give this one a crack. It is the most moist coconut pie you will ever have. It's brilliant. Bye.